What?
But you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep, both feet hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they're scheming. Better stand tall, ready for the fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another edition of the Geek Gauntlet podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Webb D. Morgan, and I have my crew of thousands here. What's up, KW? Thank you for being here. I got my crew of thousands here with me tonight. I got Shaw, I got Janae, got Kat. Give me 1 second. Let me change one thing real quick that I forgot to do. There we go. All right, change that green screen. Let me go ahead and bring everybody in. Let me bring in my girl Kat from GNN first. She's one of the writers over there. Kat, what's going on?
Oh, not much, William. Just got in from Lost in Wonderland, an event here in San Antonio. So, hey, it's been a busy day.
Yeah, me too. It's been crazy today. What's up, KW? Thank you for being here tonight, man. Let me also bring in, she travels back and forth from the Moon Kingdom all the time. She's got the whole tour on lockdown. Let me bring in Janae. Janae, what's up?
Nothing much, William. How are you?
Doing good. And last but certainly not least, we bring in my brother who's been doing this for 2.5 years with me. Shaw, what's up, man?
What's up? How you doing, everybody?
Man, let me tell you. Janae's always in lockdown on the Moon Kingdom, man. She always on lockdown, man. She always doing something wrong to get in lockdown, man. But no, I want to start
because I keep stealing stuff from there.
Moon tiaras and
yeah. Girl, what if I told you about getting caught?
I know, right?
I know. Don't take it. I'm saying just don't get caught doing it.
Don't get caught, man. But I want to start something real quick. We lost, and Shaw was going to get to it in the news, but I want to talk about it first. We lost William Hurt. That kind of hit me a little bit hard. I mean, he's done more than just Marvel, but that's where the premiere of the fandom, really know him. He did Black Widow. He did Avengers. He's just gonna be missed, man. Come on, man.
What stuff?
It's gonna be missed, bro. It's gonna be so missed. Yeah, we lost Scott Hall, the wrestler, too. That hurt also. This week, the ultimate bad guy. Go miss you, Scott Hall. Go miss you, William Hurt. But yeah, we also got some details coming out on our Funko Pop giveaway. I'm gonna do that toward the end of this show. I'll put up pictures on the Facebook page as well as in our Discord. So if you're not part of the Discord yet, we can definitely get you in there. All right, let's go ahead and go over the shows of the week. There was no Superman and no new Superman and Lois, no new Naomi. Thank God. We do have a new Flash and some other shows that came down. So sorry if you want to go over the shows of the week.
Yes, sir. All right, so we had the Flash. Let's see what happened. Barry and Kramer got held hostage in the whatchamacallit, the precinct by Goldface. Some stuff going back and forth. Barry using his smarts to defeat the dude, and Kramer using her powers to copy Goldface powers. They win, whatever. Barry finally reveals his secret to Kramer, and he's gonna start training her. Meanwhile, Caitlin goes on a double date with Frost and and she's not that nice during it, whatever, but we'll see what's gonna happen with that moving forward. And in the end, Iris has some sort of a episode of some sort. Like, she has a fork in her hand that just disappears through some time thingy, and she kind of loses time. Don't know what exactly that up with that, but see moving forward. What you guys think of the episode?
I thought it was good until the last part. And then the random double date thing, it's like, what's going on there?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't like the fact that she figured it out, don't get me wrong, which is good on her part, but I didn't like the fact that Barry's ID got found out. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm a little conflicted on that because it kind of gets back to the conversation they were having in the beginning. Sorry, spoilers for anybody that didn't watch it. You already know we're going to talk about The Flash if you're tuning in.
Exactly.
He was talking about it with his dad about, the Flash used to have this better working relationship with the police department because, his dad it's his dad. Let's face it, he had the inside scoop. And, his dad was kind of like, hey, why not give her some sort of kind of line? The fact that the police chief is also a meta.
Yeah.
It was a little bit like, okay, it's different if the chief wasn't meta or if it was like the Batman situation where the police really kind of hate Batman. Because yes, he does a lot of good, but he's also making them look bad. It would be a little bit different situation, but it's kind of like, wait a minute, y'all are in the same boat. You are both crime-fighting metas. Whether she knows how to use her powers or not, it's a different story. But, so I mean, it didn't bother me that she found out his identity. I think it bothered me that he wasn't more forthcoming when all that was going on, or even before then.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because the Flash is supposed to be one of those good guys who's kind of upfront about things.
Mm-hmm. True.
And this was kind of like, well, let's just tell like half truths and see how long we can get by with that. Yeah. I don't know if you learned that from Iris or what, but it's just,
damn.
Yeah, that didn't sit well with me. Like, he wasn't being the good guy.
Yeah, he definitely seemed inconsiderate in the beginning with that whole bringing them without any questions or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get my take, KW, has anyone seen the Adam Project?
Not yet.
It's on my list.
Same here.
But I've heard good things.
Yeah. Same. Okay. I said it earlier. I'll say it again. Iris, man. Second week in a row, the show ends with her. Can we just get this thing over with? I mean,
they're doing it to torture you, William.
That's what they're doing, apparently.
I agree.
Apparently, that's what they're doing. They're doing it to torture me.
How can we make William mad? Okay, last 3 minutes, we're going to throw Iris in there just to make him mad.
Iris in there. Ain't seen the whole doggone show, but you give her 3 minutes. Man, come on.
Well, I mean, that was like 41 minutes you didn't have to see her.
Facts. So the odds are getting better. It's getting better. But can we just go ahead and get this thing over with? I mean, my goodness, man. I love to take a poke. Man, I think I will. Do people really care about her on this show?
Not really.
I think if we can get a stronger love interest, then no.
Caitlin.
Well, I'm sorry. Caitlin kind of acted like a hoe. She acted like a hoe. Like, my girl's happy and I can't have my girl be happy if I'm not happy, so I'm going to be hateful.
Yes, let's ask the internet that question. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, bring back what Patty Spivak.
Well, I just think it's funny that she's dating a Marcus and then her sister is dating a Mark. And it's like, really?
Yeah, she's clearly going to drop him soon.
Oh, yeah.
But that's just it. I think people like the Barry Iris love story because it gives every guy who's lost hope about that girl that he grew up with ever liking him hope.
I just don't care for it.
It's still weird because the whole sibling thing.
I just don't.
You're right. Oh no, I always thought that was a whole lot of creepy.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's anime based around all that too. So I mean, we can't really.
Facts. That's true. That's true.
Well, yeah.
That's true. But at least
other
the
than
anime.
sexual assault online.
That's exactly what we call it.
Yeah.
Exactly what we call it. Damn it. Sexual assault online.
But I think people like their dynamic because it was a dynamic that kind of came in early on.
Right.
And people don't like change.
Yeah. There's a precedent for it.
Was weird, but I'm an only child, so I don't understand sibling relationships. So I mean, but the whole thing was just weird to me. I was like, he was raised like your brother. That's weird.
Yeah. I mean, how can people say that Alex and Kara are sisters, but not them when Like
Mm-hmm.
Barry and Iris were started living together at a younger age.
What's up, Anderson? How you doing? Happy Saturday
Barry,
to you as well. Thank you for being here, man.
Barry and Iris are better looking.
Yeah. Hey, but let me get something. Let me get something totally straight. I'm not hating on the actress, but
Great on the character.
the character she plays is terrible. But I'm not hating on the actress. The actress is straight.
Agreed.
I just hate the character. Same thing with the physical Leslie Batwoman. The character, the actress herself is fantastic, but just the character she plays is terrible. All right, let's go ahead and move on. What's the next show we gonna?
Next up is Star Trek Discovery. Has anyone seen the finale?
Oh, I missed it. Today's normally my day to catch up, but I missed it.
Yes, the writers also claim
I still not give away stuff. Things happen.
Oh, I don't care about spoilers. I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah,
we don't care about spoilers. We don't care about spoilers on this show. Just go with it, bro.
All right, so click up, and we meet the 4C or whatever they're called. They're huge, which was like it was going to happen. They finally get into contact with them, talk with them, tell them that the big thingy that they have is killing people, so they finally stop that. We get a really nice moment between Emerald Vance and Tilly, so that was really good. And yeah, everything ends up good. Book has to go and help with the resettling of people as a punishment for what he did and all that, but everything's good. What do you guys think?
Is that really a punishment if Book would have done it anyway?
Well, because he helped save everything, so it's kind of a punishment that's not a punishment kind of thing.
Yeah, but he also like took the selfish route and was like, I can't wait for the Federation to maybe solve this. I have to be selfish and be a hero because I'm going to be angry and brooding. And, I'm going to take this other bad guy with me who's always up to shady shenanigans. And we're going to try and thwart your plan because we think our plan's better. But we're both dumb. Like,
Anderson, we're going over show reviews right now. Then we get into our news, and then we'll finish up with our topics. We got some hellified topics too, so definitely stick around for that.
That just to me is like, I mean, that was kind of Book's job early on, was like resettling people, and he'd already kind of agreed to do that. So it's just kind of like, so yeah, your punishment is going to be that we're going to go ahead and let you do that job that we already had you doing.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Like, revoke his pilot's license for like 90 days or something. Like, I don't know.
You can't fly no more. Yeah.
But I'm excited that we're finally going to get to actually see the 10C.
Yeah.
Oh, you sound like I probably shouldn't be excited.
No, everything just, kind of like a little bit more, but yeah, they're good. They're good.
Okay.
He's lurking.
Hey, that's okay. But lurking still means that you're kind of still part of the conversation. You still get to hear our commentary on it.
Yes. Yes. All right, what's the next show, Shaw?
First up, okay, let's go on to Star Trek Picard. We they finally ended up in the past. I think it's the 22nd century or whatever.
I believe it said.
Yeah.
It was like,
2024.
pretty close to home.
Yeah.
I expect them to be on my front doorstep with a spaceship in 2 years.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So Picard and the sciencey chick connect with the Borg Queen in order to get the information they need. Some stuff is gonna happen with that later, moving forward. Seven and what's her face are kind of hanging out, getting some information, trying to find this Watcher, wherever that may be. Let's see what else. Rios ends up in a hospital, a clinic actually, and loses the comm badge. Clearly going to fall for the doctor lady. We'll see what's happening with that later. And I think that's pretty much it. We get a quick shot of Q and what's his face, Elrond. He is dead-ish, or dead, but we'll see moving forward. What do you guys think of the episode?
Yeah, dead-ish. You either dead-ish or you might be dead-ish.
We got time travel stuff happening, so it's clearly.
Oh, okay.
Plus, it's a Star
He's
Trek.
only partly dead. He's not quite dead. Quite not fully dead.
Exactly.
He's just very badly burned.
Exactly.
It's merely a flesh wound.
Yeah, right?
That's all it was, a flesh wound, man. Come on, man. That's all it was a
Dudes
flesh
have no
wound. I can dress
legs.
it. Let's go. It's just a flesh wound. I can dress it.
So, what you guys think of the episode?
Kaivachi. I love the
Zombie
look on the War Queen's face when the doctor was just like, "Oh, I know the coordinates," and she's just like, "How dare you find a spot?
Yeah.
Like I thought I bested
Dare you do
It's
that?
hilarious.
It's just
dare you?
You
Like,
impressed me.
What?
Yeah.
Which that was kind of
Dark
creepy
meddling
too.
kids
So it's
and
like,
their dog.
oh,
You know.
Mm-hmm.
and then so Picard's just like, shoot, out of here. She's gonna get
Princess
entrenched
Bride.
you to hook back in.
Not Princess Bride, not dead, just mostly dead.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Oh man, what's the next show?
Actually, the last one. But since we're talking about Star Trek, we got a leak and some news about said leak. We got picture 1 and 2. Can you show those, please?
Yep. Give me a second. There's one.
We have Paul Wesley in a Star Trek uniform, and so the second one, so I can see who he is, who's playing. He's going to be playing Captain Kirk. Well, not Captain Kirk, just Kirk. He's not Captain yet, as far as we know. He's going to be in season 2 of Strange New Worlds, which is currently filming.
Okay. Cool. All right, and since that's the end of the show review,
Am I the only one that thought he kind of looked a little bit like Jim Carrey, like young Jim Carrey?
Oh yeah,
A little bit.
It's like,
a little bit. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does.
Like I'm waiting
Good
for like some
observation.
mask shenanigans to come out of this.
Good
Like,
catch. Good catch.
I know it
Good
probably
catch.
won't, but like I'm like, oh look, it's they traveled back in time and got Jim Carrey when he was younger.
There you go. There you go. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and jump into the news. Let's go. All right, Shaw, let's go ahead and jump into the news, man.
All right, so first up, we got a happy birthday to Alan Tudyk, who turns 51 today. Well, not today, but a couple days ago, which he doesn't look 51 to me.
Nope.
Let's see.
Hey.
We got-
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yes, Moon Knight is next week. Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey guys, how do
Halo
Reavers
too,
clean their
right?
blades?
So say that again. I haven't heard this
clean their
one.
blades?
I hadn't heard this one. How?
the reefers.
They run them through wash. Ba-da-ba. Sorry, couldn't pass up the chance for a really bad Firefly joke. I know it still hurts.
My gosh. My gosh, man.
We also have a congratulations to Tom Hiddleston and actress Zawe Ashton on their engagement.
Yeah, I wonder what you put because you didn't put correct for what?
Yeah, my bad.
You just put congratulate for what?
Yeah, my bad.
Twice.
What?
No.
Yeah, my bad. I'm gonna start proofreading from now on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It was
We
a
also
surprise
have-
to all of us for Shaw. It's great.
We also have the tragic passing of Akira Taka.
That hurt
icon?
too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Man, getting old sucks.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, it is what it is. But in brighter news, What If Season 2 has officially confirmed to premiere this year.
Yep.
So sometime in the summer, probably.
That's gonna be awesome. We got Young Justice Phantoms coming up too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Isn't Halo
yes,
coming
sir.
up soon too? It's
Yes,
like next
Yeah.
week and we are.
That's
premieres next week.
week after next, I believe.
Yes.
Young Justice Phantoms, boy, I can't wait. Sergeant Marvel. Sergeant, y'all think I'm bullshit. Sergeant Marvel.
Yeah. Speaking of Marvel, we just got the Miss Marvel trailer with a release date of June 8th. Did you see it?
I did.
Damn, KW.
I'm watching Halo.
She loves
Yeah,
Halo.
I am watching Halo too.
I'm thinking about it.
I mean, I'm totally fine with government-sanctioned child trafficking.
Dang. Dang.
They're gonna protect us.
Dang. Well, you know that's two. You know that's two things you can't watch and feel confident with it. SAO and Halo.
Yeah.
No, because most people don't realize it until you really stop and think about it. Now, the Mandalorians, at least the Mandalorians are taking in orphans.
Facts.
So,
Yeah.
but they're not really any better.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So next up, Miss Marvel trailer. Did y'all see it?
Yeah.
I did.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll give the 4 episodes thing.
Yeah. My only issue is that they changed the powers completely.
I don't know, man. She gonna strong? Is she strong enough to hold her own show? I'm just asking.
That's what I'm wondering too.
I'm just
She was
asking.
good in the video game, in the Avengers video game.
I mean, but and you saw how good that video game did.
Yeah, but she was like the one very few good things in it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I guess it's kind of that whole thing of like I feel like they're reaching right now.
I just think they did it. This is what I hate. When you do something just to do it. In other words, when you put a certain character in a series just to appease people and don't put anything concrete behind it. That's like Supergirl and doing with Dreamer. Dreamer is awesome. And they wrote her awesome. She had the writing to go behind her. And I get is to celebrate LGBTQ plus, which is fine. Got no issues with that. But I would have been upset if you didn't put the concrete character behind her that they did. You know, it's like you just including her to include her for no reason. But now but you had her a solid storyline, and I hope she ends up with Legend or something like that to keep her story, her arc going. But yeah, if you're gonna do something, make sure with a character, make sure they got some strong background and some strong writing behind them.
Yeah,
that's what worries me. Is they're trying to pull now for anything that they didn't get a movie done for.
I think that's like a prequel to the Marvels movie. The Marvel sequel, because she's in that definitely.
Yeah, it seems. I don't know. I feel like they're reaching for content.
Right. It's like you're reaching to introduce her too fast. You could have introduced her in the Marvels instead of just doing her own thing, and tie her in that way. But now that you got her own thing coming down, I just don't know if she's strong enough, man.
Yeah. We also got the promo picture, which is pick number 6. 6.
That's what I thought I got.
One before that, maybe.
No.
One after it, maybe.
Yeah, there we go. Pick 7. Yeah, pick 7. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a direct copy of one of their older issues, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, next up.
That gives hope that it'll at least be true to the comic.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We already know that they changed the powers completely.
I feel you on that, though, KW. I feel you on that, KW. I do.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait for that movie to come out. All right, next up. Marvel Studios is reportedly developing a Daredevil reboot show that will star Charlie Cox. However, I'm not sure if that's true. It's going to be a reboot or just season 4, because I've seen stuff saying it's going to be season 4.
That's
so we'll see.
I'm glad it got Charlie coming back for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm really hoping with them going to Disney Plus that they will start to bring more of those shows back, like kind of like reboot where they left off.
Right.
Except for Iron Fist, like scrap that and start over. But
hell yeah.
To be fair, season 2 was better.
You're right. I will give it that. I think some of the issue with season 2, it's kind of like my issue with Batwoman, is the show's drama got to be more than its talent.
True.
So people who have apparently never read the Iron Fist comic were crying about Marvel whitewashing the character. Danny Rand has always been a blonde surfer dude.
Facts.
Yeah, very true.
So I'm not sure if maybe some of that drama spilled over and kind of overshadowed the show itself, or if it was just bad writing.
Yeah, it was bad writing. Plus, the choreography was pretty poor.
Yeah.
For everyone except for Colleen.
Colleen was straight.
Yeah.
With that one drunken fist dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
he just sucked in me as he sucked in Defenders.
Yeah.
Well, so
he's basically my girlfriend, basically.
I think the actor looked the part, but maybe he didn't have quite the physicality for the choreography.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And they probably could have actually gotten someone who actually knew some martial arts to actually do the role.
Well,
I mean, there are white people who know martial arts, you know.
Right. That, or just you need like someone with a dance background could pick up that choreography.
That's true.
You know,
like wow, she was a dancer before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone who has either a sports background, a dance background.
Yeah. I think Lucy Liu also just danced before movies.
Yeah.
Because he didn't do much in Game of Thrones. So.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Wasn't really physical in Game of Thrones, so.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Netflix Marvel shows, we got a rumor. Pick number 10, please. Yeah, there we go. There's a rumor that there's a Doctor Doom series coming, apparently. That will be about him rescuing his mother from his fisto, and yeah, this is likely not true. What do you guys think?
Be interested if it was, but
true.
So Doctor Doom is the most selfish, narcissistic character in the MCU. Why did he save his mother?
It's from the comics. He did that in the comics. Like he almost became the Sorcerer Supreme just to do that.
That close from it.
Yeah.
My concern with that is would they be trying to make Doom a likable villain? So kind of how they did with Thanos, of like, because those of us that have read the comics know that the only reason Thanos wanted those Infinity Stones and the snap, it was because he was trying to impress Lady Death.
Yeah. He was trying to get some.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. It was a really bad high school trick to try and like get this girl to pay attention to him.
Yep.
And
like he curses Deadpool with immortality just because she's into him.
Yeah. But the thing is, the movies tried to make him sympathetic, of like, oh, I'm just misunderstood. No, bro, you ain't misunderstood. We've all met that kid in high school. Yes, Thanos is a simp.
You are not wrong.
All day long he's simping, because simping's what he does. Anyway. But I'm concerned that, because that's kind of been their route, is we want people to sympathize with our villains. I don't want to sympathize with the villain. I don't want to sympathize with the bad guy. I don't care why he made poor life choices. Bad guy. Like, you made poor life choices, and sometimes people do really, really bad things because they're really, really bad people.
Yeah.
And you're right. I will give it to you. Sometimes villains have a moment of where they lose their mind or have some temporary insanity and they do something good. But usually it's for a self-serving purpose.
True. Very true.
Yeah. I mean, the most selfish person on the planet can do something good if it's going to benefit them.
That's a good point with Red Hood, too, because Red Hood thought he was right.
Yep.
But my concern is Marvel's kind of on this track of, oh, we want to make people feel bad for the villain. No, let the villain be the villain. Let your bad guys be bad guys. You guys let Gaston be Gaston.
Right.
And Gaston is the most misogynistic chump on the planet. Let those characters be bad guys. Let them be bad. The Sith aren't bad, they're just misunderstood.
Yeah.
they're by far the superior race.
All right. Yeah. All right. Next up, we got some casting news. Sandra Sweeney has been has been cast in Madam Web, which is picture number 9.
Give me a second. Let's see. Oh,
That was one you thought was number 4.
Give my mouse back.
I think so, yeah.
That's what I got to pick 4.
Number, what's the number I said? Number 9?
I think you said 9.
That's a 9.
That's what I got for 9.
That's 9? Okay, try 10? No, not 10. Try, yeah, no. Yeah, try 10?
Mm-hmm. We just did 10.
Oh, try 8, maybe?
Can't man.
Try 5, maybe?
Shout out Batman films.
4?
Now we just did 4.
What number didn't we do?
We got 3 is Gremlin. We got the Gremlins at number 3.
Okay, whatever. Well, okay, she's
We'll find it.
last in Man Web. Okay.
Process of elimination.
She's also rumored, and I think
She is a
this
baddie though.
Yeah. She's also rumored, and I only think this is a rumor, to be playing Amora the Enchantress in season 2 of Loki. It's rumored.
Really?
Yeah, it's rumored though.
I love them, man. I hope that's true.
Yeah.
I like her, man. I like the man. Look, they always say guys like crazy chicks.
Got the crazy eyes.
She completely crazy, man. She completely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Thor.
Yeah.
So I love you.
Here's my question: Is
I
would
love you,
Marvel
Thor.
cast her as both Madam Web and the Enchantress? Because at that point, you're using the same actress for 2 characters, unless you're going to keep her completely masked for it.
Because Man Web is Sony. That's why.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so it's 2 different things. Sony.
Plus, we already had somebody do that once already.
A lot of them have done that actually.
Yeah, a lot of them do double duty. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with the way that Marvel and Disney are trying to make everything a franchise, like, don't get me wrong, like, yeah, Captain America was originally,
Stacks, what's up, man?
Was originally,
Torch, Human Torch.
Human Torch. He was also in The Losers, which is another Marvel property.
Right.
No, that's DC.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Losers. Yeah,
Losers with DC.
I had to talk about that a while back.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's DC.
So we've seen him as other superheroes, but that was before Marvel was in this big franchising setting.
Right.
Side note, Push was really good.
Yes, it is.
Very underrated.
Oh yeah.
I wish they would have done more.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Definitely want a sequel to that.
What's next up?
Yes, sir. Next up, we have a spinoff from Harley Quinn for Kite Man that is currently in the works. There was a picture of that, but I don't have the number next to it. There we go. So yeah, that's happening apparently.
Now, is this for the animated?
Yeah, animated, yeah.
Okay.
Why couldn't we get Condiment King, damn it?
Yes, we should totally get Condiment King.
Give me Condiment King.
These villains and their names.
Kite Man is boring. Give me Condiment
You have
King.
to turn safe search off. That's why.
Condiment King's the man. Come on, man. Give me Condiment King. Come on now.
Yeah.
He was in a Lego movie. He was in a Batman Lego movie for like 5 minutes. Give me Condiment King.
Just
man.
rewatch that. My daughter loves that movie.
Just put it on a loop for you.
Yeah, Kite Man, don't get me wrong, but give me Condiment King, man.
All right. Next up,
That the cycle would be a good one too. The cycle would be a good.
Yeah. All right, next up, apparently Zach Braff is interested in playing Blue Beetle alongside Donald Faison as Mr. Gold. What you guys think of that?
Haven't they been talking about that for years?
I don't get Shaw. This is what I don't get about you. Why do you like Blue Beetle so much?
They've been talking about it since season 1 of Arrow, so let's get that damn thing already. Let's get some Booster Gold, some Blue Beetle, some blue and gold.
Well, I mean, the CW is getting bought out anyway, so I mean, who knows where all those shows are going.
I just ain't feeling Blue Beetle, man. I just don't fit.
Yeah.
Which Blue Beetle are we getting? Are we getting Jaime Reyes or are we getting Ted Cord?
For him, they're talking about maybe doing Cord, but it's just a maybe. Yeah, we are getting the Jaime Reyes for the HBO Max show.
He's a. Huh? Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's powerful, but He is. I know. I just don't like. I just ain't crazy about Jaime.
Which brings me to picture number 4. Some casting.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me read it out loud.
Yeah.
George Lopez. Andrea.
George Lopez.
Yeah.
George Lopez.
Yeah. These people have been cast. We don't know who they're playing.
Well, we'll see how well the show does. What's next up?
Next up, The Batman will apparently be hitting HBO Max on April 23rd, so people don't got that long to wait.
I guess they oops and they weren't supposed to say it so soon.
Yeah, probably.
So I was like, oh, sweet.
They might as well go ahead and bring it on too. Bring it on through HBO Max. You might as well. Go ahead.
All right. Also, Catherine McNamara has been cast in a Walker Independence, a spinoff prequel to the Walker Texas Ranger series that's playing right now, taking place in the 1880s.
Don't do that, Cat. Yeah. Don't do that, Cat.
I didn't watch Walker, so get him, Cat.
I've seen the original. I've seen the new one.
Oh, even the original was boring.
Well, I mean, the real secret to the original was how do you roundhouse kick in Wranglers?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever worn a pair of Wranglers, like I need to know exactly what he's wearing because them ain't Wranglers. Like, no, that ain't happening.
Chuck Norris, so
he would wear them. That was not happening. You can like those pants will stand up on their own when they're heavy. But
damn.
No, facts. Friend of mine works at a dry cleaners, and rodeo time comes around. They bring in their Wranglers to have them heavy starch because the starch will make dirt come off them real easy. But literally, like you can take them off and stand them up on their own.
I've never been a Walker fan of neither one. So
I have plenty of issues with the way they rebooted the modern one. But I look at it as a completely different show. Because that's really what it is.
Terrible.
Like, it's in the original Walker. You didn't see Walker talk about his kids. I don't even remember there were kids in the first one. And
I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
I don't know that either.
And so now there's like this whole like crazy family drama. So like, if you were gonna do it generational, like this was like Walker's nephew or Walker's son, then stepping into the Ranger's shoes. Okay, fine. But don't try and do the Yellowstone thing of going back to like 1883. I don't even think the Texas Rangers exist. Hold up. I live in Texas. I should know this, but let me Google this. Yeah. I don't even think the Texas Rangers were a thing back then.
Yeah, I might have got the numbers wrong, maybe.
But still, like
I know what equals everything in it.
The Texas Rangers. I mean, we've flown over like 17 different flags, so I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong. 1845 is when the Rangers were founded.
Okay, so it's about 40 years after.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just hear me out here. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
True.
Like, you want plenty of shows about Texas. Texas is still the Wild West. Like, there's plenty you can film in Texas, and just accept that it's the Wild West still.
Right.
Like
exactly.
And I get that they're probably doing this based off the popularity of Yellowstone 1883. But you had a big following for Yellowstone before they did that. You can't, and people don't watch Walker Texas Ranger because they want a modern Western. No, that is not why. They want a cop drama that's one step below Dynasty.
Yeah, facts.
So,
that too.
This show isn't even forcing female leads. That's the whole thing. Like you did, you've had some really good like officers and whatnot, but like it's all about the Walker family drama and like land disputes. This is turning into Knots Landing.
And I said it about Ms. Marvel. If Walker family drama is not enough for a show, it's gonna bomb.
Yeah. So, like, why are you going to try and then bring in a modern Western?
Right.
Yeah.
For a show that's already not doing well. that isn't even Western E.
Western E.
Like with Yellowstone, I can at least see how 1883 ties into it, because it's how did the family get to be in Yellowstone? Like, what you keep hearing them talk about how the family's been on that land for like 7 or 8 generations.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense to do a show about an origin story. Walker already had an origin story back in 1995.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Like, we don't need any more. We don't need to go back to Sleepwalker Texas Ranger and go back to the foundings of it. Like, no. And I can appreciate them wanting to bring, to Stack's point, I can appreciate Marvel wanting to bring more female characters into the limelight. How about we start with the ones you know?
I agree with that, Stacks. I agree with
you
that,
know,
Stacks.
Like where's our Storm movie?
Yes.
That too.
That
Where's
would be
our
amazing.
Rogue movie?
Yes.
Where's our Gamora movie?
This right
That would
here.
be really good.
I want to talk about this right here for a quick second. The thing that makes me mad about it is the fact that the females aren't strong. And what I mean by that, the female characters aren't strong enough characters to really care about it. Particularly if you got anything but Brie Larson, don't care. Monica Rambeau, okay, I got you. We can go ahead and start that story.
Agreed.
Ms. Marvel,
With a chance.
Just because you can sing a Destiny's Child song doesn't mean you're an independent woman.
thank you. These characters aren't
Yeah.
strong enough to really care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did start as a male because we had Marvel, so that's true. He did start as a male character, and then we moved up to the female part of it from that point.
Well, right. But I mean, that's just like the incarnation of Thor, where Thor gets turned into a woman. I mean, it happens. It's part of the comic. It's part of canon.
It's not that he became a woman, just that someone else picked up the hammer and became Thor.
Right.
Yeah, somebody else picked.
Yeah.
So
I want to see, because it's gonna happen eventually. It's gonna happen eventually. We're gonna get the all female. We're gonna get the all female Avengers team eventually. Let's see how that does.
Well,
I'm not even going to comment on that. I'll comment on that when they finally make it happen.
Let's see how that does.
Well,
the worst part of the
when they had the all female fighting scene in, what was it, Infinity War or whatever.
It was trash.
Or,
Trash.
as a woman, I was very
Trash.
insulted. It's just like, no, I'm good. It's just like, I'd rather be fighting. I would like a few women fighting alongside me, but it's like, okay, it's our turn now.
And so here's the thing.
It's like, no, we should all be fighting, not just like, okay, I got you.
And here's the thing. It ain't just me saying this. I got 2 females right here saying it. So it's not just me.
It does. It does.
Here was the part that bugged me, was not only was it a, all right, girls, let's do this.
Yes.
But
Basically.
it was also all of the female characters were protecting the child. Because let's face it, Spider-Man is the child of the group.
True.
This is true. Gosh darn it.
The women were given the job of babysitting the kid in the tights. The kid that morning.
Thank you.
Ladies
Thank you
need
for
to
pointing that
babysit
out, Kat.
Yes.
Now I'm even madder.
Yes.
Like,
gosh. And
you have all
the
these
one that was wounded.
that are strong on that most of them could actually hold their own in the film on their own. You put them into an all women's team and made them hold on. Y'all had to use that button. And you turned them into the babysitters club.
Yep.
It's true.
It's straight true. It's straight true. It's straight true.
And Babysitters Club is diverse, always has been too. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Because apparently that's all we're good for in superhero movies is watching after kids.
And this is what I'm saying. And this is what I've been saying. When you come out with something and you put no substance behind it, it's going to suck. And there's no substance behind the Marvels. There's no substance behind the all-female Avengers, which is going to happen at some point. And
just have that censor button ready when that happens.
And
Just have it. You're gonna have to turn me into R2D2.
and then it's gonna make it so bad. Captain Marvel is gonna be the leader. And again, in the comics, she was the leader of the Avengers, so you're not leaving too. It's not leaning too far from the left in terms of comics, but yeah.
And here's the thing: at the time when that was written in the comics originally, we're talking 1950, 1960, right? Originally, I could understand having an all-female team for the purpose of inclusion, because that was how things were done back in the day, right? You know, if you wanted girls to read a comic, you made a female character. You made other female characters that these girls could relate to in some manner. But we're in the 21st century, y'all. You know, women can now be drafted, I think. So why are we just giving them their own team to fight on, rather than accepting that they are equals and in some cases better than some of these male characters we've got?
Yeah, I agree. Man, we may have some people come on, and I want to talk about this in a little bit, because I just got some messages in the Discord.
Are we in for a fight?
No. If anything, it's people agreeing. It's people agreeing with you. Let me bring on one of our constant people in the chat room. He's here with us as much as he could possibly be. Let me bring on my man KW. KW, what's up?
What up, KW?
What's up? But I just gotta say, nobody's gonna give a shit about any of these female characters once they hit the big screen. I'm just saying that right now.
Yeah. Well, then what they're also gonna do that's gonna turn some of the male fandom off is they're gonna try to tone down their costumes and stuff too.
Right. Stash, what's up, bro?
So, and then, like, I don't care if they show a little cleavage. I don't care.
Right.
As long as they can fight and they're badass, I don't care.
Right.
These are the best weapons on Earth, right here.
Yes.
I mean,
Distraction.
That's truth, and that's truth. Go ahead, Stash. You want to say something about this real quick?
I got two things. First of all, KW, you never come on my streams, you a-hole. Number one.
I'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Be prepared to be roasted.
I'm ready for it.
And look, my brother and we have a comic book collection that we started when we were, I think I was 3 when we started it, and my brother was 7. And I'm 45 now. We have probably every kind of comic there is. My brother even has a number 3 edition of Spider-Man. One thing that I know about comics and comic book fans is we don't mind powerful female characters.
Right.
We just don't like when you try to take established characters, make them female, make them gay, make them trans, whatever it is, just to please people who don't buy the comics anyway.
Right.
When they turned the Flash gay, they hurried up and turned him back because gay people wasn't buying Flash comics.
Right.
It was straight men, black, white, Hispanic. They were the ones buying the Flash comics. So they changed an established character gay just to attract a new fan base who didn't want it. The new Superman is gay. Big mistake. The sales have plummeted because you can't force diversity. Diversity either happens on its own or it doesn't happen at all. That's what's going on with comics. That's why DC is facing bankruptcy just about. Marvel is done. Endgame killed Marvel. They actually hurt themselves with Endgame because you used everything you had left. Every amazing character, you used it all. And now look what you're getting. Shang-Chi, Black Widow, Eternals. It's trash. Nobody wants this.
Or remind me of Eternals.
Here's my thing about inclusion.
Sucked.
If you want a character for representation, make a new character.
Yes.
What they did with Iceman for the X-Men, I'm surprised the X-Men that they didn't say we're just going to stop writing X-Men comics at this point, because they took a character who historically unfortunately, this is not politically correct what I'm about to say, but it's the way the character was. He was very homophobic. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, he was homophobic because he was gay but wasn't open about it. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but you didn't need to change your character to fit this mold.
Right.
Make a new character. You want the community to get behind you. You build characters that create inclusion for them. You don't just take other characters and make them fit your mold because that character's already established.
Well, they tried to do that with the New Warriors when they created Safe Space and Snowflake and these.
Don't even get me started with that, boy.
They tried that, and here's the problem: you kind of have to care about the market, and unfortunately, that group, they're not buying comics. They're just not. Every time you go in a comic book store, you don't see those kinds of people in there.
I disagree.
So I think you should gear it to the people that's buying it. You can Google it right now. Straight white men are the number one buyers of comics, flat out.
Well,
Between the ages of 17 and 35, they are the highest when it comes to buying comics. Second is black men. All the other groups, women, gay folks, trans, they fall well behind those two groups. They're not buying comics.
And a lot of that is because when comics first started, that was their target market, was the male demographic. Right?
And if they want to stay in business, that should stay their market. I don't want a gay Superman.
If you're going to build a character for inclusion, here's where they went wrong. They started by naming the characters derogatory terms that are used for. If they had named the character Snowflake and Safe Space, I mean, how many times? Okay, I think most of us here are at least 35 to 40, right?
20.
Okay, sorry, KW. You're just gonna have to accept it.
I don't really care about my age group, honestly.
Right. But when we hear the words, "I need a safe space," I have a hard time not rolling my eyes. Because when I was a little kid, if I needed a safe space and I was having a bad day, that was, I'm going to go in my room and I'm going to tell people to leave me alone.
Yes.
I didn't expect everybody else to accommodate for my bad day or what I was dealing with. That was what I did within my space. And I understand the reason that term came to be, but that term has very commonly in pop culture become a little bit of a double-edged word. Because it can be used to include a space where it's open for people to talk about these things and they're in an environment where they're not going to be judged. But then it's also used of, oh, I'm sorry, William, are you having a bad day? Do you need your safe space? So right off the bat, they started naming these characters these names that are basically poked fun at. So
did you see the guy that created the New Warriors?
Oh my God.
If you actually saw the video he made where he explained why he made these characters, this guy looks like he hasn't had any since he crawled out of one.
Probably.
And that's the reason why he look, William, William will tell you about me. Listen, I'm 100% straight up. Men need to be men, women need to be women. I'm old school as they get. Yeah. And when I saw this guy's video and he was explaining these characters, the first thing I thought was, this guy got swirlies and got his lunch money took every day at school. He made these characters because he was a punk.
Stuffed in lockers.
So he wanted some punk characters to represent how he felt. But here's the other problem that they have. They're trying to gear comics now towards a generation that could care less about them. Have you seen Starfire's daughter, for instance?
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up.
Right there is what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The kids who fit that mold don't buy comics. So when they made that comic, everybody was turned off to it because nobody cared about Starfire's emo daughter. The life is pain and stuff. Nobody cares about that. If I want to see that, I'll watch the Goth Kids on South Park.
Exactly. The originals. The originals.
But they're doing this. Let's see. Here's the mistake that Marvel's making. Marvel's doing the women's empowerment. Let's make the women characters the most powerful ever. Because in the comics, Ms. Marvel is not even a fraction of how powerful Thanos is. Okay, but in the MCU, she was listed as the most powerful person on screen, period.
Yeah.
And it's completely wrong. But that's where they're going. And in the DC side, they're doing the whole let's turn established characters gay, black, female. The new Batman is a black dude.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the funny part.
Yep.
Bruce Wayne is broke, unemployed, living on the street, while a black dude lives in his house, wears his suit. Go read the new Batman. It's crazy.
It's true.
It's very
Bruce
crazy.
Wayne
And
is
they still trading places.
Well, this what I'm saying is that's what's pissing people off.
Eddie Murphy's going to come after them.
If you want to make a new Batman, or if you want to have Bruce Wayne hand off the mantle to a black Batman, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But why do you got to make Bruce Wayne a homeless guy first? It doesn't make sense. And that's what people are sick of. Like, as a black man, I don't care about that race stuff. My wife is white. My kids are mixed. So I could care less about that crap. I don't want to see characters that have been established and kept the comic industry going for years be turned because they're trying to cater.
Right.
Cater to the people who are spending money. Like, why build a car for a group of people who are never going to buy it? So when these companies build cars, like I drive a Toyota Tundra. They build Tundras because they know the kind of guys that are going to buy it. They don't build pink Tundras with flowers on the hubcaps because women ain't buying them.
I want to buy pink.
Toyota, and I said, I want a pink and purple Tundra, and I want a unicorn hanging off the hood. They do it.
Well, yeah, that's because you can buy the TRD package to put on there. Like they actually have that package. But if you go on the lot right now, you'll never see one of those. Because the market doesn't bear it out.
I know where it's at. My husband worked there for a while. I'll just drive straight out, order direct.
I was in the comic book store earlier today while I was out, and I hadn't been in one. See, we just moved to the town we live in, so I hadn't been into any of the comic book places up here. I went in. There was one girl in there. She worked behind the counter. Everybody else was white dudes, young white dudes. There was no gay dudes. There was no trans people. There were no black people, nothing. And that's when I understood. That's the market. So if you got a market of those people and you make all the characters something that they can't relate to, they're going to stop buying. Have you seen the gay Hispanic Captain America?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Nobody's buying that because, number one, most Hispanics are not buying comics. Two, Hispanics people are deeply religious. They're Catholic. They don't believe in homosexuality. And three, why do you want to turn Captain America into a punk? See, that's what I'm saying. You got to make it to where people are going to buy it. My favorite DC character is the Batman Who Laughs. Most awesome character I ever seen in a comic, ever. If they turn around and say, well, the Batman Who Laughs is going to be a gay character now, I'm done. You know, my second favorite is Superboy Prime. Amazing character.
Extremely powerful.
He's basically Superman with no conscience. He's awesome. Really? If they turned him gay, I'm not watching. I don't want that.
Because you can't relate to him.
Exactly. I can't even relate to the Black Batman because the way they did it is wrong. You just stuck him in my face. You screwed Bruce Wayne. Here's the even worse part. Nightwing is rich. Alfred died and left billions of dollars to Nightwing. So Bruce Wayne is broke, a black dude living in his house, and Nightwing is like the richest guy in Gotham now. It's crazy.
There are ways they could have done like an alternate universe story arc. But
they could have.
But just to take it it's kind of like how we've talked about with Batwoman. You know, it's Power, the comic edition.
Yeah.
Is really all that show's turned into.
Facts.
Look, I don't have a problem with the female Marvel characters. If they make an all-female Avengers, cool. But it's how you do it. Number one, Shuri, the so-called new Black Panther, is a very, very unlikable character. So if you make her Black Panther, it's going to hurt. You've seen the Brie Larson critics. That woman is probably the most hated person at Marvel.
I'm one of them.
I think maybe Gamora is probably the most popular. I don't know, but she would be fine. Nobody ever liked Pepper Potts.
Nope.
They're bringing up She-Hulk too.
Look, if you're gonna follow the comics, either follow them or don't. The reason that I think they screwed up is because They did a 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They followed part of the Infinity War comic. The rest they just made up. Like Endgame, most of that stuff didn't even happen in the comic. They just made it up. And that's where real fans are like, hey, you need to pick. And along with the female Thor story, if they follow that story the way the comic did it, the hammer ended up killing Jane Foster because she was a human. Couldn't handle that kind of power. Thor ended up getting the hammer back like later on, but he lost it again recently. Now Captain America has it. Because the hammer is basically, Thor can't even lift it anymore. He can, but he has to fight with it because the hammer's rejecting him again. If you do that, I'm good. But if you just give her the hammer and you screw over Thor, then I'm already done. I'm already done with the MCU anyway. I thought Endgame was real. I don't care about Shang Chow and
he said Shang Chow.
I don't care. I just don't. I'm sorry, but let me tell you what that movie is. It's a cross between Crouching Tiger and Crazy Rich Asians. That's what it was. That's what it is. That's what it is. And I seen like maybe 30 minutes of it, and I was like, pandering for those Japanese dollars. That's all it is. That's it. I was like,
well, ever since Disney took over Marvel, that's what it's been.
But it's not working. China is matter of fact, China banned the movie in China. It made the movie to get them to watch, and they banned it.
And they banned it.
They banned Mulan too.
Yeah, well, I don't blame them for that. I would have probably burnt down the theaters that was playing that. It was terrible. But
they were protecting their people.
If they're going to do comics, then you gotta respect the people who built the comic industry. Like we talk all the time about Dragon Ball, the new Dragon Ball, how it's destroyed the whole Dragon Ball fan base because it's so terrible. It just destroys the legacy, and they spit on the people who built Dragon Ball up, the ones who watched it every day. People like me who bought those $60 VHS tapes before it was online.
And you have to wait like 6 months for it to get there.
Yeah, and they just spit. They just spit on us for this new crap. Well, that's what the comic industry is doing now. It's like we don't care about the people who like Bruce Wayne. We're giving you Tim Drake or this asshole over here. We don't give a damn. And it's like, wait a second. Because of the new culture we live in, because Bruce Wayne is a rich, cis white man, because that's their phraseology, we have to throw him in the gutter and take all his money and give it to a black dude. It don't sit right with fans, and it never will. That's why all these movies lately have been tanking. Black Widow tanked, Shang-Chi tanked, Eternals tanked. All of it. I mean, the only thing that's going to be good is the new Guardians and maybe the new Thor. That's if they don't screw over Chris Hemsworth. Now, if they screw him over,
was trash.
Huh?
The way they wrote Eternals was trash.
Yep.
Here's the thing: they thought they could pull a Guardians with Eternals. No. See, I knew about the Guardians before they made a movie. The Guardians were an obscure 1960s comic that nobody ever heard of. And that's why it pops like it did, because nobody ever heard of the Star-Lord or any of these people.
Right.
But the Eternals are not like that. The Eternals are more recent, and they're terrible. They really are a horrible group. And it was like one of the worst kinds of things. And the reason they should have never made it is because you can't really tell the story of the Eternals. The Eternals are the flip side of Thanos. They're basically the good versions of Thanos. All of them are that powerful. You might as well make a movie about Sentry or Blue Marvel if you're going to make a movie about somebody that powerful. Because it's really like, why do you think the Superman movie bombed? Why do you think it was so bad? You can't really make a real Superman movie. He's too powerful.
Too OP.
That's why Justice League was trash. Superman, look at what he did to Steppenwolf. He basically bounced him like a basketball.
That's because DC can't write a decent movie to save their life.
Well, they did it a couple times. Wonder Woman was pretty good.
Yep. The first one.
Aquaman was pretty good. And Peacemaker is awesome.
No, but Peacemaker's a TV show. It's not a movie.
Yeah, but it's still DC.
Are great.
It shows what DC can do.
It's still DC.
Yeah,
it's made by a person that made a DC movie.
Yeah. But here's the thing: if they have to try and wedge their stories into like 2-hour or 3-hour blocks, DC can't figure out and pick the right stuff off the cutting room floor.
DC should have did what I said a long time ago. they were better at making animated movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like instead of trying to compete with Marvel, like one of my favorite DC animated movies is Under the Red Hood.
Facts.
I don't think that there's anything from Marvel that's better than that movie as far as animated is concerned. It's one of the greatest Batman movies ever. DC should have stuck to that. But instead, they trying to compete where they can. And they're going to end up bankrupting themselves. Like the actual paper comics that they sell, nobody's buying them anymore because of all this forced diversity. And their movies are terrible. That's a bad recipe for a company. You're going to go out of business at this point. And Disney is already trying to buy them up. They're offering to buy them and add them into their comic universe, which would be fine with me if Disney took them over. I don't have a problem with that. Maybe we'll finally get that Marvel DC crossover everybody's been asking for.
Be cool.
You know, Justice League versus the Avengers. It might renew all of them. But what they really need to do is they need to fix the Avengers, because the group that we got in the movies, the new Avengers group is well past that. That group in the movies is about 15 years ago. The Avengers has changed so many times since then.
Yep.
And they got it all wrong, but I understand why they did it, because it was all centered around Tony Stark. A C-ranked nobody character to begin with. Like, this is what people don't understand about Iron Man. Tell me any time in your life you walked into a store and said, I'm going to get the new edition of Iron Man.
Nope.
Nobody cared about him until Marvel hyped him up and Disney hyped him up. He was a nobody character. They need to take a better, more established group of characters, and they need to make movies on them. Black Panther, I'm going to tell you straight up, it was overhyped. And the reason it was overhyped is because the cast was black and nobody wanted to be called racist. Nobody wanted to be called anything, bigoted or whatever. So they all got down and bowed to the altar of Black Panther. But I'm telling you, I watched it and it really wasn't that good. But because people didn't want to get offended or get anybody offended or get mad at them, they all just came out and said it was great. And it's not. It's terrible. Age of Ultron was terrible. Black Widow, terrible. I mean, why even make that movie? She died in Endgame. Please don't make this movie. They don't. That's how you know they don't care about the people that watch.
Don't do Scarlett like that, man. Don't do Scarlett like that.
Will.
Come on, man. Let Scarlett have a moment, man.
Let me tell you what
Come
they
on,
did.
man. Let Scarlett make a paper, man.
William fanboy this girl again.
Hey guys, check this out. We killed her off in Endgame, but dumb horny dudes will go and watch her in spandex. So let's make the movie anyway.
I think they could have done a different, like when before she became part of S.H.I.E.L.D. or how her and Clint met. I think that would have been a good.
I thought her and Clint, that would have been cool. That would have been cool.
But watching it, it made no sense to me. I just didn't understand. And then I was like, wait, where is this at in the timeline?
Wait till you see the new Captain America movie. That's really gonna bug the crap out of it.
And I'm not a Hawkeye fan. I hate Hawkeye as a character, but I agree with you, Janae, because that would have been better.
This is my question. This is why I say they should have used a different Avengers team. Like, I would have used the Avengers team that had Spider-Man and Wolverine on it.
West Coast. You talking about the West Coast Avengers?
Yep. Well, they were actually part of the main Avengers team for a little while.
For a second.
I would have mixed it up because Black Widow's only power was doing a Rey Mysterio Jr. Hurricane Rana on people.
Don't do her like that, man.
like for real. That was her only thing. She'll throw her legs around somebody and flip them over.
Bruh, don't do my girl like that, man. Let's Scarlett get her bag, man.
If they would have left Hawkeye, as Ronin, which was an awesome character,
I would have been. Ronin was awesome.
Everybody would have been on board.
Or a Ronin show, I'm there. That was a great version of Hawkeye.
Yep.
They screwed the pooch on it because you start him out as Ronin and then he's back to. You ruined it.
Hawkeye is terrible, man. He's terrible. I hate him as a character. I hate him.
Come on. You got somebody that shoots guns and somebody that shoots bows versus intergalactic warlords. Do you guys realize that Star-Lord is more powerful than the Avengers? He's actually part celestial. He's more powerful than all of them.
Yep.
The new Star-Lord, like, have you seen that guy? He's a god. The new star, like those guns, those elemental guns that you have, you can blow up planets with those now. But they'll never do that kind of stuff because look, let's just be real. Consumers are stupid. You want to know why Marvel's still making money? I'm gonna tell you why. Because YouTube is a great example of this. Every time a new Marvel trailer pops, they don't care what it is. They just see that Marvel logo on the screen. Like Multiverse of Madness is just gonna be a bunch of special effects. Who gives a rat's behind about Doctor Strange and Wanda? Who cares? But I guarantee you, it's gonna blow up because it's Marvel.
It's become the equivalent of titties and beer.
Yeah, it is. Look, they put Scarlet Witch in this new movie because they understand the demographics of the people that watch. You gotta have a hot chick in there. Even if she ain't the hottest chick, she's got to be hot. And she's got to, because there's really no reason for her to play a part in this. There's
even America Chavez. Why'd they add her?
Hotness. Look, the bottom line here is this. This is what I hate about what they did to her character. The Scarlet Witch, people don't, maybe some people know, some don't. The Scarlet Witch is actually a fragment of the Reality Stone.
Yep.
She is so powerful. And they just nerfed her power to nothing, basically. If she wanted to, she could blink everything out of existence.
Yeah.
And they don't do her powers any justice. I can't wait for the new Iron Man. Oh, wait a minute. It's Iron Heart. Yeah, I can't wait for that. Riri Williams. Get ready, guys. We're getting a black chick as Iron Man. Because we got to have that diversity quota. Can't wait. It's
Riri had hate. Riri had hate since day one.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because see, every time they create female characters, they have to make them too fucking amazing. Excuse my language. Here's what they do. She created an Iron Man suit in her college dorm with none of the stuff that Tony Stark had. None of the equipment. She made an Iron Man suit out of junk parts.
Yep.
So you're saying this college kid is way more intelligent than Tony Stark, and she's better at it with lesser parts.
Nobody in that college dorm noticed the radiation signature?
Exactly.
Well, she didn't have a radiation signature because she's so much smarter than him. She was able to make an arc reactor without the radiation.
Wow.
I'm serious. I read the whole thing about her. And here's the funny part. Jarvis, Iron Man's AI?
Yep.
Her AI is Tony Stark because he went into a coma. He went into a coma and uploaded his brain algorithm into her suit, basically. So he's Jarvis for her. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing they did with Batman. They put a diverse character in Batman's suit, kicking to the curb. They did the same thing with Tony Stark. We're going to get this girl your suit, and we're going to make you the new Jarvis. Nobody's going to accept it. That's why I can't wait for it to happen. I'm going to be watching. I'll be like, yay. Because it's going to be the end of Marvel. It's going to be the end of DC if they don't stop this.
Yeah.
It's going to end.
I agree.
Well, because here's the thing. While we all agree there's a difference between like Marvel movie fans and Marvel comic fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But here's the thing. Moviegoers are fickle. As soon as you don't have the right special effects or you don't have the right actor or that actor says the wrong thing, your moviegoers, they don't care if you just signed a contract with that guy for 10 years and 6 more movies.
Mm-hmm.
If he went out on a drunk bender one night and punched a member of the paparazzi who probably had it coming, guess what? No one's going to see his movies because, he's so aggressive.
Right.
Very true.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You can't be masculine anymore because it's called toxic masculinity if you're too much of a man. Or you're a misogynist or some kind of pig or something. If you're too manly, so you gotta have to like dumb it down a little bit. You can't say things that you really want to say anymore. This is part of the reason why movies are terrible. Like everybody in my Discord server was raving about the new Spider-Man. Man, you got to go see it. It's amazing. I went in there and I was just sitting there watching. I was like, okay, boring. Aunt May dies, still boring. I didn't feel what everybody else was feeling. And I came and told us, like, guys, yeah, it was a good movie, but it wasn't jump out of my seat, scream.
Wasn't
And
game breaking.
the only thing people went to see it for is to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. That's the only reason people wanted to see the movie. They didn't actually care about the current Spider-Man.
That was the amazing parts. It made me laugh. So I was like, they're making fun of themselves. They're making fun of comics. This is hilarious.
Honestly, I didn't care about it because the way that they did it to me with the whole we're going to cast this spell to make everybody forget you stuff, that's just garbage. It's what they do when they can't figure out a proper ending for stuff.
Right.
You know, they and the other thing is there are really no stakes. Okay? Like there are stakes for characters like Aunt May or off characters, but there's no real stakes for the main characters. The only reason that Tony Stark died is because he chose to kill himself to save everybody. Mm-hmm. But were it not for that, he would still be around. There are no stakes. Look at Thor. This dude absolutely gets his ass handed to him by Thanos. Thanos blows up the ship. He's still alive floating in space for the Guardians to find him. No stakes. Because if there were stakes, he wouldn't have survived that explosion.
Right.
You know, but they have to make everybody happy. And that's what I don't like about movies now. Everything has to have a happy ending. And it shouldn't be like that. I like a more realistic ending. Like the way Infinity War ended, it was the way it was supposed to end to me. Like all of it. Thanos was supposed to just snap them all and be done with it.
Yep.
All that time travel and all that, it ruined it for me. Like I fell asleep during a lot of that stuff. All that quantum realm. I just didn't care because anytime you use time travel, that's a plot device because you don't know how to write. That's all it is. Or when you run out of ideas, you use time travel. And when they did that, I was just like, okay, Infinity War is a way better movie than this. As simple as that.
It's done.
No, they're screwing up because they won't listen to people who actually go and buy the tickets. I can't tell you how I went to see Captain Marvel. I can't tell you how many people walked out of there pissed off. Man, this movie sucked. This was terrible.
It was terrible.
I mean, people were mad.
It was
Same thing with Black Widow. Man, this is horrible. Why? I can't believe I paid for this. I spent $40 on popcorn. Like these movies.
And the best part was the popcorn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I went because somebody gave me a ticket. I refused to buy trash. And this person was like, I got an extra ticket. You want to come? I was like, yeah. They paid for my drinks and popcorn too. I wasn't spending no money on that movie. And it was bad. It was, I have to get up and go use the bathroom 4 times bad. Like that's how bad it was.
Scarlet the Grit, though.
They need to stop doing this to the real fans. Stop catering to this new bandwagon fans who pretend to like stuff, but they really don't.
Honestly, it's lazy writing.
Yeah, it is. All of it is.
Yep. All of it is lazy writing. Yep.
I've said this, I don't know how many times. I will probably watch the new Batman movie for one simple reason. They did not rehash the fact that Batman has dead parents.
Yep.
Like, that's all they write about. Like, every single Batman movie, it's, oh, Bruce Wayne, his parents died. Oh, no. Same thing with Spider-Man. Like, oh, Spider-Man. Oh, Uncle Ben. Like, no. Like, we already know that Uncle Ben dies. We already know he got bit by a spider. Like, these are facts. These are things that are tried and true, and I don't care. Like, if you're taking your kid and they don't know how Spider-Man got his powers, as a parent, that's your responsibility to educate them on that and make them watch the other movies.
Right.
Honestly, I think Batman has went too far anyway. I thought they should have stopped with Christian Bale's Batman because at the end of that, he was done. That he retired. He was done. And I think that should have been it because him and Heath Ledger, they in Dark Knight, those performances were so good that now everybody that comes after just looks horrible. Because Ben Affleck's Batman did not look good compared to Christian Bale. This new Twilight Batman, because that's who that guy is.
No, it's Hot Topic Batman.
We call him Hot Topic Batman.
He does not add up. And all the Jokers so far since Heath Ledger just are a joke. They don't add up. That guy had the most spot-on performance as Joker ever. Jared Leto's Joker was terrible. Now, what's his face? Phoenix, his Joker was a different Joker of a different timeline. There's a whole different continuity. So I don't even count that one. That movie was different. But when they start doing this new Batman, if it's free, I'll watch it. But I'm not paying because it's garbage. I don't care. I just don't think I don't think we're getting quality anymore. We're getting an hour and 30 minutes of money wasted. Come in, have a few cheap thrills, get out. And they're just wasting all our time. So I wait for it to come to HBO Max now. That's just I'm not paying for this stuff anymore.
I feel you.
It's just too much money.
I feel you.
I spent $80-something taking my kids to see Spider-Man. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's too much.
Yeah.
The tickets, the popcorn, the drinks, and I was bored to tears. I'm not doing it anymore. But I feel like I was ripped off, so I'm just kind of done with that.
They're relying too much on the special effects, and they're hoping that people will notice the plot holes in the story.
Yep.
And I mean, like, how much younger can Aunt May get for another Spider-Man movie?
Why you killed man?
Why they made her hot on purpose?
It's because William, she said the phrase, if she wouldn't have said it, she wouldn't have died. Someone else should have said it to him and they would have died instead of Aunt May.
You mean the whole responsibility speech?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
why couldn't we have gotten Betty White as Aunt May?
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been hilarious. We got
right,
Betty
because
White
the
to be
animated
Aunt May.
Batman.
That would be hilarious.
That was the age Aunt May was. She was an old white-haired lady.
Yeah.
Do you realize how many problems will be solved in these movies if these dumb characters would just tell people what's going on? Like, I was watching Smallville the other day, and
I'm sorry.
Clark pissed me off every episode because he would rather let all this shit happen than to just say, "Hey, Lana, I'm Superman." All this crap with Lois, "Hey, I'm Superman." It's so much crap he could have just fixed. You're the most powerful dude on the planet. Just tell everybody who you are. They can't stop you. Yep. That's why I think the Injustice Superman is my favorite Superman. Because he said, look, my name's Clark Kent. Y'all ain't doing this no more. That's it. It's over. And he didn't play. He didn't mess around. Yeah. I thought he was even better when he became the Green Lantern Injustice Superman. I mean, the Yellow Lantern. He was even better than I was like, wow. Not only is he absolutely devastating, but now he scares the crap out of everybody.
Because he doesn't care. He's like, done.
Yeah, my perfect Superman. And he just kept it real. He's like, I'm tired of this. The only way to fix this planet is to scare y'all until y'all don't do anything. This is what I hate about superheroes in general. And Batman is one of the most infuriating. Because there's a part in the Injustice story that makes perfect sense to me. Where Damian says, you won't kill, but you're okay with traumatic brain injuries. Exactly. Because Batman will beat you senseless, but he won't kill you. But you just put this dude in a coma, or you beat his brains until he can't think straight.
Well, yeah, but that's because of the fact that, then Batman can't come back and do it again. Because Batman is really a schoolyard bully with a lot of money.
That's why Under the Red Hood is my favorite Batman movie.
So now he just goes in and beats up the.
Jason Todd was right about Batman because he asked him straight up. He said, "What do you do about the ones that ain't scared?" He's like, "Screw it, I'm killing them. I'm taking them out." That's what you're supposed to do. If you're gonna be a vigilante, you can't be one that halfway does it. Mm-hmm. Batman is working outside the law, so there's no reason for him to have this "I won't kill" thing. I won't kill and I won't use guns. That's why Thomas Wayne Batman is better than Bruce Wayne Batman. Because Thomas Wayne will absolutely blow your lid off. He don't care.
Did to Reverse Flash.
Here's my thing with Batman and the Batman story. And just hear me out here. Like, why have we never looked into Arkham Asylum and Arkham Institute? Like, seriously, where did these people get their medical licenses? Where is their security staff? Like, half the problems would be solved if they could just keep these people behind the doors. Like, you can keep your grandfather with Alzheimer's in where he's supposed to be easier than these crazy, insane criminals that, like, Arkham is for the criminally insane. And it's like, so, like, do they all get keys to their own doors? Because they all seem to just be coming and going as they please.
Well, I gotta give you this. It's like this. Somebody gets locked up, and then another powerful villain gets them out. Because of some dumb reason. Like, you remember when Black Mask broke out the Joker?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happens. You got these crazy
even, like,
people.
Playing the game, though. Like, Arkham Asylum has, like, Fight Club in the arena every day.
Yep.
And I'm like, hold up here.
And then it became Arkham City.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the catch is the problem really isn't Gotham; it's Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Like you blow that place,
And that's why
just like-
I was asking last week when we talked about Gotham PD being canceled, because what the hell did Gotham PD ever do
Nothing.
in the first place? Nothing.
Have you seen the
Nothing.
compilation of Batman like scaring the crap out of Jim Gordon just appearing out of nowhere? I saw it the other day. It's like the animated Batman where he just pops up out of the blue and Gordon almost jumps out of his skin. You got to see that video. It is so funny. It's like hundreds of clips of it where he just shows up and just get his dude a heart attack. That's all that ever happens between them two. Honestly, I think when the Injustice Superman was going to kill all of them, Batman came in to stop him. That was dumb because Batman won't kill, but Superman was willing to take care of the problem for you. And then you step in and defend the criminals.
Yeah.
Superman, why didn't you just kill Batman?
Because they were friends.
Oh,
He didn't want to kill him.
That
He didn't
friendship bullshit.
like that was the one person that he wouldn't kill was his own friend.
But there's a line, like you said. All these criminals that are criminally insane are like why do you move to Gotham? Like when you
Right.
move places,
Right.
they
Why?
check out the crime statistics.
Right.
Oh my God,
Like-
that's a good point.
For years, people weren't moving to Oakland. People weren't moving to Compton because they're like, nah. But
I
people-
lived in Oakland
still flock to
when I was
Gotham
a
in
kid. It's
droves.
bad there. I don't know
So,
how it
like-
is now, but when I was a kid, Oakland, you didn't
Yeah.
live there unless
No.
you had no choice.
Oh, yeah. No, I've taken wrong exits into those areas and been like, nah, I need to get back on the freeway.
Well, I'm here in Tennessee, and I'm gonna tell you now, everybody detours around Memphis. Nobody
Yeah.
goes there. It's too dangerous. Like
Yeah.
if you don't have like business there, don't go there.
Don't go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a smaller version of Detroit at this point.
Now Stacks. In case y'all don't know, he has his own Twitch channel here on Twitch. You can definitely find him over there. And we talk about a lot of stuff on that channel. We talk about Dragon Ball, how terrible Dragon Ball's been, some anime has been in general. This is the guy who I get Sword Art Online, Sexual Assault Online. He's the man right here who said that. And he got me watching that show. I couldn't get past 10 episodes. This man watched the whole show.
Yeah, I've seen all of it. I kept watching all of it.
Yes, I have. I started calling it Sexual Assault Online, SAO. Or if you like season 2, then it's Sinan's Ass Online. Either way, it's the one. It's number 1 on my most hated anime list.
I just watched it to see what all the hype was about. Say with Attack on Titan, I was like, why?
Attack on Titan is the greatest anime ever made.
Attack on Titan is fantastic.
Well,
yeah.
well,
It took me years to, I binge watched the first seasons of Attack on Titan last year because I was like, okay, what's all the hype about? I've tried starting it like a few times and it's like, okay, I can't get the whole big giant random people eating other people. I'm like, okay, I gotta get past this.
Yeah.
Because it's like I was able to get through Food Wars. I can get through this.
Have you watched Vinland Saga?
I felt sorry for old
Saga?
boy.
Vinland
I felt
Saga.
felt sorry for Attack on Titan when the old boy had to watch his mama get eaten. I was kind of
Attack on Titan got really good in the 4th season, the last season. When Aaron has the best character development of any anime character I've ever seen. Because he goes from being this guy that wants revenge to being the villain. He's like a total villain now. Best arc I've ever seen for a character. That's why I say Attack on Titan, like of the modern anime, Attack on Titan is 1.
Vinland Saga 2.
Vinland Saga is just, and I have to put Invincible at number 3.
Yeah.
Invincible is too good.
Yeah.
It's just way too good.
Yeah.
But all this other stuff, look, I'm gonna tell you right now what's wrong with SAO, and I'm actually doing a live stream roasting of it on my website. I can't do it on Twitch or YouTube because they'll copyright it. So I do live streams on my website where they can't copyright it. I'm gonna tell you right now, the episode where the chick says that she's in love with her brother and she's jealous of her brother's girlfriend. If you don't throw up on your keyboard when you watching that, there's something wrong with you.
That's right up there with Iris and Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were raised as siblings.
You raised his brother and sister, and then you get married.
Well, the thing is, Sugaha and Kirito, they're not actually brother and sister. They're cousins, but it don't matter. They're related.
They're related. Period.
And their parents raised them as brother and sister. They didn't tell them that they were. Jesus Kun knew. That's what I call Kiriko, Jesus Kun, because he never. Have you noticed this guy has never lost a fight in SAO?
Yeah. He never died.
He never did. He never did.
Like in the first damn season of SAO, when they fought the blue-eyed demon, and he pulls out the dual swords, he's got like this little smidgen of health left at the end of the fight. And I was thinking about myself, does this dude ever die? Does he ever he beats all of Laughing Coffin. In the latest season, he beat Poe. Poe is like the most deadly dude of the Laughing Coffin crew. He beats him and turns him into a tree. I hate this character with a passion. I don't care what show it is. I rank it ahead of SAO. It's like some 13-year-old who just fantasizes about girls all day wrote this trash.
But there's no male characters at all.
I think that
I want y'all to ask yourself this. You have an MMORPG. Have you ever played a video game where every single person you play with is a hot chick?
No,
every single one.
That's mostly mobile games.
But the catch is, behind the computer monitor, they're dudes that haven't left their mom's basement since they were 12.
Exactly.
But on SAO, when they all log out, they're all hot.
Hey, did the BBN on the other end stage? Did the BBN?
The BBN. But like on SAO, when they all log out, they're all friends. They all hang out at the same joint, and they all hot. And they even got a token black dude.
Yep. My son told me about him.
It's weird.
Hey, but let's talk about. Oh, we just talked about SAO. We ain't even talked about Black Clover yet.
Oh,
I only got into 3 episodes of that.
I
was
kicked
like,
off of
I'm done.
YouTube by the fanboys. They flagged me down because I roasted all their anime to the point where I had people actually contacting YouTube saying that they were going to commit suicide because of me.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I give you a high five for that?
Well, I mean, listen, I think that if you're going to review anime, you got to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest,
these guys, they're fans first and reviewers second, and I don't like that. So I roast them to the ground, and they get upset. They've been trying to flag me on Twitch. I have all my stuff labeled as mature content now.
We are a generation that had anime that actually had story.
Right.
You did, and I'm sorry, Sailor Moon to a certain extent is a little bit of fan service.
Yes.
And so the popularity of Sailor Moon and the harem animes.
Don't get me started on harem animes.
All of the fan service. Like, I'm sorry.
Harem animes are the bread and butter.
Man, Shield Hero was good till we got the squirrel chick.
Wait a minute, Shield Hero was good
until we got to the Shield.
Focusing on that raccoon girl.
Yep, the raccoon chick. Yep.
Raftalia. When they started focusing on her, it ruined it.
Yep.
Goblin Slayer was good until they started focusing on those chicks. They ruined it.
Yep.
They turned it into a harem show at that point. But Goblin Slayer, they had to put a mature rating on that because it was so awesome. The first episode had people crying like babies.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do, though. The good stuff, like Attack on Titan has a mature rating. If you watching it on wherever you watch it on, there's a mature rating warning before the show starts. The reason that Attack on Titan is not liked by today's fan base, because every show that they like is magical schoolgirls with some kind of weird power, and they're all wearing the high school girl, the dress code, the shirt with the skirt and the knee-high stockings. That's all they want to see.
And no blood either.
And exactly, no blood. Yeah, they can't do blood. How dare you make this character? This guy just got hit by a blast that can destroy a planet, but he's not bleeding.
Exactly.
Like this guy can blow a universe apart.
A little.
It's crazy. That's why.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
That's why Dragon Ball Super is trash, because these guys can destroy planets with a single punch, but they hit a dude in the face and there's no damage. It's dumb.
You see his scratches.
And on Dragon Ball, and you got Dragon Ball Superhero, Dragon Ball Superheroes going through a whole nother tournament of power, basically.
It's so dumb.
Look, I'm glad that movie got postponed. They got what they deserved.
I'm
going to continue roasting fanboys until I can't breathe anymore. It's gonna be on my tombstone because I just don't like. I don't like what they do. They come on, they take something that's terrible, and they keep repeatedly over and over telling everybody how amazing it is. When anybody with eyes can see it's bad. Like I did a side-by-side comparison. I took a screenshot of the new Dragon Ball movie. I put right next to it a screenshot from a video game called Dragon Ball Xenoverse that came out in 2016. The Xenoverse screenshot looked better than the 2022 movie. And I said, how can you claim that this is good when this game from 4 or 5 years ago looks better? First of all, why does a video game look better than a movie? It shouldn't. And that's what these guys do. If you go on YouTube and just listen to them, it's just disgusting. This is amazing, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Well, but part of the reason why they do that is because they're hoping that at some point in time, the Crunchyroll, Funimation, whoever's got those rights is going to be like, hey, look, this guy's got all these viewers and he says so much great stuff about our content.
Yep.
You know, I hate to say it, like, you've got to be honest. If you want to be honest with if you want to have an honest channel, you've got to be honest about it. If something is bad, like, tell people it's not great.
Well, you can't grow that way. See, I was on YouTube for 5 years?
Yeah. And
I was the only person reviewing anime who was honest. And guys would start after me. Guys would start, and like I think my biggest channel was 18,000 subscribers, and then I had 6 more channels that were different ranges, but that was my biggest channel. A guy could start a channel, and in 6 months he'd be twice my size because he does the, hey guys, I love all of you, like and subscribe, and this anime is amazing. And those are the kind of guys that grow. People that tell the truth, they get, well, let's see, I've been doxxed, swatted, they harass my kids, harass my wife. Hell, we had a pizza delivery today. Like, they called pizzas and sent them to my house. All because I criticize a trash anime that they're one of their biggest supporters. I have a screenshot of him calling it trash. But on his YouTube channel, he says, oh, it's amazing. The fans are just they're so ingrained in this stupidity. So I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to roast them. I don't care. And if I get banned, I don't care. I got a website. You can't ban me on there. And the website makes me more money than Twitch ever will. So I could care less. Now I'm just going to say what I want. And the only thing I want from these guys, I don't want them to stop liking what they like. No. I just want you to tell people the truth.
Tell the truth about it. Tell the truth about it. Yeah.
If you like something that's crappy, you got a right to like. I like a lot of crappy movies. Like I was telling the guys on my stream earlier, I was like, look, there's a bunch of movies that most people think are terrible, but I actually like them. Like Terminator Salvation. A lot of people hate that movie. I thought it was good for me, but I'm not going to say, hey, you don't watch that anymore because I don't like it. But that's what the fanboys do. And there's a difference between fans and fanboys.
It's like me and Sean when we go at it.
Yeah, fans just like what they like. Fanboys will actually claim something's good when it's not because it helps their YouTube channel or their Twitch channel. That's the difference between fans and fanboys. These guys will come on and they will tell you a bald-faced lie about an anime because it'll get them more clicks, more donations, more views. You have to ask yourself what kind of person will waste energy lying about a cartoon. I make a lot of money offline. William do too. That's why me and him both, we don't even do this really for money. We do it for fun. And that's why we've never been locked to this thing that they do. We've never had to come on and lie because our wallets ain't attached to this stuff. Yeah. But these guys that's been doing these anime channels for years, they don't have real jobs. They're attached to these channels. So they have to keep telling lies. And it's so damn disgusting. I honestly, I just want to be in control of YouTube for 24 hours. It'll be a whole new place. That's why I'm running for United States Senate real soon in my state.
Watch Black Mirror, and you will see, like, they did an episode, their very first episode, season 1, was about people having a social media score that literally determined everything for them. And unfortunately, I mean, don't get me wrong, I use plenty of social media. Because it's fun.
TikTok, Cat.
Yeah, I know. I do TikTok. but I do it for fun. Same thing. Yep. My wallet is not attached to my TikTok. I mean, would I love to be able to literally just make TikToks all day and make money making the money I make now? Absolutely. But, do I still have skills that can get me employable in the real world? Absolutely.
I don't make money on Twitch because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like William will tell you, I stream and then I'll be gone for 4 or 5 days because I have a real life outside of the internet. Right. If I wanted to, I could just stream every day like the rest of these people and make a ton. There are people on here who just at affiliate level. They're making $5,000-$6,000 a month. Mm-hmm. Problem is, they're on Twitch 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day. I'm not finna do that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
My streams go 2 hours and I'm out. And I'll come back when I come back. I don't have the time for that. I got kids. I got a life.
Exactly.
I can't be sitting in front of this camera for 6 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, like I think so far I've made in total about $400 off Twitch. And I don't even care because I'll take that money and go buy a video game or something with it. I could care less about it.
Yeah.
You do this because you like, I like being able to come online and talk, period.
Yeah.
I don't do it because I expect something out of it. And these people that come on and have to tell lies for a living, I feel bad for them because when all this dries up, you got to live with the fact that you done spent a majority of your life being a liar. People hate me for telling the truth. Like they really despise me. Just go on Google and type in Mad Black Entertainment and you'll see how many people hate me. But I'm actually popular because they hate me. I'm not famous. I'm infamous. Yeah. And I love it. I love it. I don't care about people's feelings. Like when William, he'll come on my stream, he'll tell you, we hardcore. Like we roast people in our Discord that are cool with us. We destroy everybody.
Yep.
Because we got a rule in the league. We don't care.
I get roasted constantly.
Yeah. Facts don't care about feelings, and neither do we.
Yep.
I kicked a guy out the other day. I meant to tell you, William. He came in there talking about how much he loved me and how much he loved my content. Kicked him out. I don't play that. I don't want to hear you tell me how great I am and how much you love and care about me. Get to stepping because I don't play them games.
The league
I don't need validation. I don't need somebody digitally wanking me off. Right. Get away from me.
Suspect.
Oh, as soon as he wrote that, I was like, yeah, he gotta go.
But that's kind of like me and Shaw, because me and Shaw always go back and forth between with Blue Beetle. I don't see. Oh, Shaw, did you steal something again, Shaw?
He at the convenience store while
what did you steal, man? But it's kind of like me and Shaw, man, because Shaw loves Blue Beetle, and he's been on Blue Beetle ever since we met 2.5 years ago. He's always loved Blue Beetle, and Guy Gardner's another dude that he likes.
Why?
I ain't crazy about Blue Beetle, and I ain't crazy about Guy Gardner, but Shaw loves both those characters.
Of all the lanterns that you, wow.
Shaw, come back, come off mute.
Hold on, he getting his rights.
Guy Gardner.
There he is. Now we're back on mute.
You don't want to admit it.
You don't want to admit it. Shaw, come back, man. I need you, bro. Come on back, man.
I'm gonna tell you the only version of Guy
the police
Gardner
gone.
The only version of Guy Gardner that's cool is when he became the leader of the Red Lanterns.
Yeah.
That Guy Gardner is cool because he was ruthless. He was badass. He kicked Atrocity's ass. I like that Guy Gardner. But the early Justice League version, the one that took over for Hal Jordan, no, man.
He sucked.
No, I'd rather have Kal Rayner than him, and Kal Rayner was terrible.
Yep.
I think Hal Jordan and John Stewart are the two best Lanterns.
Yep.
Period. Mm-hmm. They are the best.
Yep.
So I hate to get honestly, the Green Lantern Corps in general is overrated.
Yes, they're terrible.
They are
Sinestro Corps is awesome though. I'm sorry, I love
the Sinestro Corps is awesome.
Yeah,
Shaw, you back. You back.
Right.
Now, Shaw. Now, Shaw.
Beware your fears made into light.
Now, Shaw, did I get that right? That you love Blue Beetle and you love Guy Gardner? I got that right?
I don't love Guy Gardner. I like Guy Gardner.
Okay. Why do you like Guy Gardner?
Badass.
Well, he's not bad. I mean, like a lot of the stuff after he did the whole Red Lantern thing, and like he did become a much better character. I mean,
When he was a Red Lantern, he was cool. But you can say that about anybody. I remember when Supergirl became a Red Lantern.
She was awesome as a Red Lantern.
But once she became a Red Lantern, she was cool.
She was awesome as a Red Lantern.
Are cool. The only lanterns to me that suck are the blue ones, the Hopi ones, and the Star Sapphires are terrible. My brother's favorite lantern. My brother's favorite lantern is Larfleeze. Larfleeze are orange lanterns. You guys have no idea how powerful Larfleeze is.
Oh yeah.
Listen, the Guardians won't fuck with him. That's how strong he is. Larfleeze can take on a whole Lantern Corps by himself. He is amazing. If he wasn't so greedy, he'd probably be awesome, even more awesome. But Larfleeze is awesome. But out of all the lanterns, Guy Gardner would be holy moly. I don't even think. I mean, I would take William Hand over him. Like seriously, I just now Blue Beetle. I like Jaime Reyes Beetle. I don't like the original Ted Kord one too much. I don't really care about him. Jaime Reyes Beetle is special. That the Reach technology Beetle, that's a bad dude. He can hang with the best of them. Like in the comics, if they actually tuned Blue Beetle up in the comics, if they gave the comic version over to like these TV shows and stuff, dude, Beetle can hang with anybody. Like he can go blow for blow with Wonder Woman. Like he is no joke. But they never actually give you the full, like if the full Blue Beetle Scarab took over, if Jaime Reyes just said to hell with it and let the Beetle do its thing, you probably need somebody like Superman to stop him.
Probably more than Superman.
Like for real. I mean, you saw what happened in the Young Justice with Black Beetle. Mm-hmm. That's what Blue Beetle can become if he just let go.
If you let it go.
Like seriously. So I understand Blue Beetle, but I don't understand Guy Gardner. There's so many lanterns to choose from. I mean,
Sinestro.
Sinestro is awesome. Yeah. I don't care. Sinestro the man. I actually have a Sinestro Corps hoodie in there. It's pretty nice too. I'm actually going to get all of them. I'm even going to get the Star Sapphire one, but I'm getting it from my wife. But I'm buying them all. But I mean, if you taking the Guy Gardner, the early edition one, I don't know. I guess that's kind of like, I don't know. I guess it's like they shouldn't have made so many versions of him. Maybe, but they made so many versions of him because, you know, he's actually had other rings too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, hell, who knows? I mean, I guess the red one's okay. The green one's terrible.
Yeah, but that's just the whole entire Green Lantern Corps is terrible.
Well, you know, we have the most powerful weapon in the universe. How come they always the first one to get beat?
Right.
Remember when Doomsday showed up and Hal Jordan was like, "Well, I wield the most powerful weapon in the universe." No, you don't.
You got destroyed within minutes.
Yep.
Listen, his ring would be the most powerful weapon in the universe if he gave it to Superman or Wonder Woman. Then yeah, combined with their power, it would be.
Yeah.
But the lanterns are, I'm sorry, they weak. They weak as water. And like when Atrocitus attacked, they barely were able to stop him. And red lanterns are way more powerful than green ones. The yellow lanterns are more powerful than the green ones. Well, like they have never been able to put Sinestro down for the count.
In red and yellow, though, that's because of the fact that those are the advantage of those is they have the you know, they don't care. It's we're gonna do what we got to do to get this done.
Well, fear is always going to exist.
Yeah.
And anger is always going to exist. But willpower is something that's lacking. So the Guardians picked the worst of the spectrums to use because it takes a lot to summon willpower, to look past your fears, to look past anger and all the other emotions. That's where the Guardians screwed up. That Sinestro was right about the Green Lantern. And Atrocitus even told the Lanterns about their future. He told them, y'all going to get wiped out. And it eventually happened. The Lanterns got wiped out because willpower is just lacking. I mean, it really is. Hell, the Black Lanterns almost wiped everybody out. They got a mulligan with the White Lantern rings that showed up all of a sudden. You know, they got the cop out from them, but Were it not for that, they all would have died. The Blackest Night would have took out everybody. Because hell, they had Superman, Hawkman, Martian Manhunter. Everybody was a Black Lantern at that point.
Yeah.
I think honestly, they need to revamp the Lanterns. I think the only time Hal Jordan was like unstoppable is when he had all those when he killed all those other Lanterns and took their rings.
Yeah.
Emerald Twilight during that. That's that was amazing to me. That was a badass Hal Jordan. Like he even whooped out Superman. So yeah, but since then it's like, what's the point of these dudes? They need to just get rid of them, honestly. If they're gonna do well, have you seen the new one yet? The new Green Lantern?
Jessica Cruz?
No, there's another one. She came along with the new Batman timeline with the Black Batman. There's a new Green Lantern. It's of course is a Black woman.
Oh jeez.
She's listed as the most intelligent person on Earth, the most intelligent Lantern. She can create constructs that no other Lantern's ever been able to do. Her constructs are stronger than any other Lanterns because of her high IQ
if she's
and
the
intelligence.
strongest woman on the planet, why did she pick Green Lantern?
No, she's not the strongest. She's the smartest.
If she's the smartest, why'd she pick Green Lantern?
I have no idea, but that's that's how they're writing these new characters. They're either some minority group and mostly women, and they're always the most powerful or the best at what they do. And they never tell you how they made it through the ranks. How did this best Lantern ever get past Kilowog and Hal Jordan for the title of best Lantern? Because
you never saw the story.
Hal Jordan is labeled as the greatest Green Lantern of all time. How she get all the way through all those Lanterns to be better than him? They never tell you that part. She got boobs and she's powerful. There you go, guys. Listen.
The most powerful weapons in the world.
Hey, you're right. Because guess what? Alexander the Great tried to conquer the world for a woman. So yes, you're right. Listen, this is what I didn't like. This is what I really hate about comics. Batman Who Laughs fought probably the most powerful person in the multiverse, Superboy Prime. And he fought the fueled up badass version, the one that had the anti-monitor armor on.
Yeah.
That version of Superboy Prime is unbeatable. Okay, he beats him. Wonder Woman comes along in her new super gold god armor and kills the Batman Who Laughs. This guy has the power of Dr. Manhattan, and she beat him. I said, okay, here we go. You can't have Superboy, who is obviously more powerful, beat him. You got to give it to a woman. And I was like, look, I like Wonder Woman, but come on. This is the Batman Who Laughs. This guy actually created multiverses at the snap of his finger, and she beat him down like it was nothing.
He even fought Perpetua.
Yeah, he beat Perpetua, exactly. It doesn't make sense. If you want to give women characters some victories, at least give us a damn origin story first. Tell us how they became that thing that they are.
Yeah.
If they do that, I'm good with it. Like the Jane Foster Thor, okay, I read the comic. I understand how she got the hammer and all of that stuff, and I was cool with it. If they do that in a movie, I'll probably be cool with it. But if they just take the hammer from Thor and basically turn him into a chump, I'm not going to like it. And I don't understand something. How in the hell is she getting that hammer anyway? Captain America returned it to its timeline when he took the stones back.
Right.
Because he had to return everything back to its original place.
Right.
Even Thor's hammer. So how is she getting the hammer? Because it doesn't exist in their timeline.
It's likely going to be a multiverse thing, most likely.
I hope they ain't thinking about giving her Stormbreaker. And actually, Thor ain't even supposed to have Stormbreaker.
Nope.
That hammer belongs to Beta Ray Bill.
Yep.
So they actually screwed that up too, but you know how it is. And Beta Ray Bill, I'm sorry, he should be somewhere in any of this stuff because Beta Ray Bill,
he
beat Thor before he even became Asgardian.
Yep.
He whooped Thor out and took his hammer. So Beta Ray Bill, they need to somehow find a way to incorporate him. Honestly, if you want to make a good Marvel movie, you need to give us World Breaker Hulk. You need to give us the Hulk where everybody had to team up to stop him, including the Sentry. I would love to see Robert Reynolds and the Hulk throw down. That would be like the most epic thing ever if they did it right.
Yeah, but I don't think Disney will do it.
Oh, of course not. It's too much power.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. It's they've taken the Hulk and turned the Hulk into this very like kind, gentle creature.
Oh yeah,
a loser basically.
Yeah,
loser Hulk.
And
loser Hulk.
Know, they're not going to then take the risk of turning him into a villain and turning him into a bad guy. I mean, let's face it, we dealt with like decades of bad Hulk.
Wasn't a bad guy actually though. I mean, his wife and kid got incinerated, and he actually thought that the Avengers were responsible for it. So he came back to Earth to kick everybody's butt, but he found out later one of his own Warbound had actually done it.
Right.
Meek that did it.
Disney and Marvel don't see it that way. They see that as, oh, we're going to take our good guy and make him look like a bad guy, and we don't want to do that. That
but you know what? In every Marvel cartoon that has the Hulk in it, he's being chased by S.H.I.E.L.D. He's always been on that side.
Yep.
Like
Oh,
every single cartoon they've ever made, the Hulk has been considered a threat because he is a threat. Yeah. He's actually a multiversal threat because the Hulk can't die. Have you ever read the comic Hulk: The End?
No,
where the whole world is incinerated and the only thing that's left is the Hulk. It's one of the best Marvel stories ever written. It's called Hulk: The End. And it's like the struggle between Hulk and Bruce Banner. Like the Hulk lives so long after the end of the world that Bruce Banner wants to die. But the Hulk won't let him die because he won't transform back into Bruce Banner.
Nice.
Like it's an incredible. You got to read it. The Hulk can't die. And even after Bruce Banner died, the Hulk was still alive. Like aliens had sent robots to Earth to analyze the planet after everybody killed themselves. They found the Hulk and they was like, well, we're just gonna leave him. And they took off and they just gonna observe the planet from space and wait for Hulk to die, but he won't die. You know? So he's a threat all the time, everywhere. They need to go ahead and take advantage of some of the awesome stories that they have related to the Hulk. Because they're wasting the character. Professor Hulk is terrible. It's dumb. Just give us the World Breaker. Yep. They eventually stopped him because of the Sentry. They didn't kill him though, but it's better than this Professor Hulk. Because I'm sorry, Professor Hulk in the comics, She-Hulk can kick his butt. He's terrible. Because they lowered his power by making him a nice person.
Right.
They lowered
his power.
He's
not as angry.
Yeah. I mean, look, you already had Tony Stark beat him with the Hulk Buster armor, which is dumb because in the comics, Hulk basically ripped that armor off of him and beat him with it. But in the movies, he knocked the Hulk out with that stuff. The Thor Buster armor, if you've read that, did you see what Thor did to him when Tony Stark took over S.H.I.E.L.D.? Man, you gotta see that if you haven't seen it. They brought Asgard to Earth because they kind of did it in the movies. But basically, had this whole area that was run by Thor. S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up and basically tells Thor, you got to go. And he said, look, we're friends, so I'm going to give you time to get out of here. And Tony Stark calls down the armor, puts it on. And, I mean, before he could take a step, Thor was beating him like he stole something. I mean, it was one of the best fights I ever seen. He beat Tony Stark out of that armor, and then at the end of it, he let him live, and he said, look, just get out of here, or I'm going to kill you. And Tony Stark was like, my armor's out of power. I can't go anywhere. He said, walk. And Thor turned around, walked off, and just left him there. But, I mean, the beating he put on Stark, it showed what Thor can do when you piss him off.
Yeah.
Like, Thor is wet. Like, the debate about Thor versus the Hulk is not a debate. Thor is millions of times stronger than the Hulk. And a lot of people don't want to admit it, but he is. Because he's not only as powerful as the Hulk, but he's a god on top of it.
Yeah, he's a god. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the Rune King Thor is even worse. And then you got another version of that Thor that's like this ultimate Thor. He don't even need a hammer anymore. He's so strong now. Like when the hammer stopped listening to him, he set it on the table and walked off, and he's still destroying people. Like this guy can beat Celestials almost, and that's damn near impossible. But he was in the latest book that I looked at, he was fist fighting a Celestial without his hammer, and he was winning. So yeah, he don't need the hammer. He don't need the Avengers. Those are the kind of stories that people will buy if they actually promote them. giving me the Girl Avengers, I'll go look at some spandex and some booty, but I don't care what they can do. I mean, if you're a red-blooded American man, you're gonna go. You know, Black Widow was terrible, but look, people gonna pass up a chance to see Scarlett Johansson in tight clothes.
I'm not.
You know when the Russian guys had her tied up in the chair, like she was smoking hot. Like everybody was like, "Who cares about what this dude's saying? Put the camera back on her." That's it.
Exactly.
Nobody cared.
Exactly. All right, guys, we are at the 2-hour mark. I want to thank my boy NBA, the Stacks Who Laughs. Check him out on Twitch. I want to say thank you to my man KW, always coming through. Appreciate you coming here, man. Real quick, next week, I put a picture up on my Discord. I got 2 big, gigantic Funko Pop figures I'm giving away next week. You can go to our Facebook, leave a comment there. You have the William Morgan Media channel after I upload this and leave a comment there. I want you guys to tell me who is your favorite Geek Gauntlet host.
Oh, that's easy.
I want you to tell me who your favorite. If you love Shaw, go Shaw. If you love Cat, go Cat. If you love Janae, go Janae. And if you got any love for your boy at all, you know, put Will.
I see how it is.
Well, because I'm
it's a popularity contest.
Because I'm the god of selfishness. That's one of my superpowers. You already know who I'm picking.
I mean, if I'd have known, I would have worn a lower cut top. Like,
I was all out.
You would have got my vote just for boobs.
Yeah.
Dang it!
But also let me know why, and I'll pick somebody in the comments from our William Morgan Media YouTube channel. If you're in my Discord, you can leave a message in the Discord. Also, if you're on our Facebook group, you can definitely go over to the Facebook group and leave a message there as well. Let me know. I'll pick a winner from there, and then I'll send them out. Huh?
What if you're a member of the BBN?
If you're a member of the BBN, you can't win. You can't win.
Nothing.
So what if they actually win?
You can't win.
If they actually win, they still can't win.
They still can't win because I'm gonna charge them. I'm gonna charge them shipping, and they ain't got no money to pay for the shipping.
Well, when you live with your parents, that is a problem. Oh, that reminds me, man. I got in trouble too. I got an email. I didn't get like a community thing from Twitch, but I got an email saying they were concerned about my Ukraine stuff because I've been saying the hell with Ukraine because I'm sick of these gas prices. I don't care about none of that shit going on, but they sent me an email saying that they were concerned that I may be spreading misinformation. Saying that I don't care about Ukraine is not misinformation. That's just
we just don't care. We shouldn't be
care about the gas prices.
I'm paying
we care about
$5
gas
a gallon
prices.
for
Calling.
gas, so no, I don't care.
I saw a picture. Somebody in California took a picture of one of the gas, some of the gas prices out there.
Did you see the
$7, $8 an hour?
Yeah,
a gallon.
Posted that one. That was the 944.
Guy spent $944 filling up his RV. Man,
almost 1,000.
That's rent. That's rent for somebody. You spending that on gas.
Yeah,
well,
man, it's terrible.
In his defense, he lives in California, so that probably he might be living in that RV.
Yes,
so, I mean,
literally.
It trades off. It's rent.
Well, he's probably most of the people out there live in RVs because they all work in Silicon Valley and there's no housing out there. So I pretty much know that's what's going on. But look, this is the way I see it. We just gave these people $14 billion. They should have to pledge allegiance to America. You want to keep getting our money, you should have an American flag, and you should have to sign on to our Constitution. And I think every country that comes to us for help, they should have to sign on. They should have to pledge allegiance to this country because we are giving out trillions of dollars to these countries. They spend our money and then they turn around and hate our guts after it's all over with. And Zelensky's going to do the same thing. Once Russia leaves this country, he's going to go back to bad-mouthing us the way he's always done. He's never said anything nice about America. So why should I care about his country?
Feel you.
Yeah, he trash talks us. So no, I don't think we should help him.
But definitely, guys, leave your comments on your favorite Geek Gauntlet host. Facebook, William Morgan Media on YouTube, in the Discord. If you remember on Discord, leave a comment there. I'll pick a winner. I'm picking 2 winners because I got 2 Funko Pops. I got pictures set up on all those. Particularly on the Facebook group and on my personal Facebook page. You can go take a look at them. 2 big giant Huckleberry Hound Funko Pops. They were
And if you
donated to
act
me.
now, you can get an autographed NBA shirt.
They were good, but they were donated to me by a friend of mine who's a Funko Pop collector. He had 3 of them. He gave me 2 for the giveaway. So appreciate you, Eli, one of my coworkers at work. So if there is nothing else for the Stacks Who Last, my man KW, Kat, Janae, Shaw, myself, I'll see you guys again next week right here on the Geek Gauntlet podcast. You guys have a great week and take care.